What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a Friday meme video. Been a while since we made one of these. These are going to be coming out regularly every other Friday. So you'll get this one this Friday, not one next week, but you will get one the week after. And we're coming back strong and heavy. Now, I'm sure you've already seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail, you can see what's on the screen, right? It's no surprise. We are going to be ranking all the Pokemon. That's a lot. There's like, I believe there's like over 1,000 things in here or something, just like ridiculous, like just an insane amount. We got all the forms. We got all the megas, you know, we got all of the Dynamax, everything's in here. We got it all. Who knows how long this is gonna be, but we're gonna go ahead and do it. There might have to pause every now and then and like take a pee break. I don't know where we're going with this, but let's get underway. There are 7 tiers. I have them listed out in Pokeball form, if you will. So Pokeball, the middle one right here, Pokeball, that is going to be the middle, right? Your baseline, kind of a neutral state, something you would throw a Pokeball at to catch, you know? It goes all the way up to the Master Ball tier, the best of the best Pokemon, in my opinion. Something I'd take my Master Ball and I'd yeet that to make sure I got it. And then the bottom 3 balls, the Safari Ball, the Dusk Ball, and the Cherish Ball, the 3 worst Pokeballs available in the game. Don't at me. And pretty much sums it up. We're going to get lost somewhere in here, probably 200 in. These are so large, they take up so much space. But we'll see. So let's get underway. I'm probably going to go pretty quick here. So let's start. Bulbasaur, you're an Ultra Ball tier. My favorite of the 3 original starters, although I do like Squirtle as well. They're all good. But Bulbasaur, OP. Ivysaur, probably a great ball. You're above average. We'll do regular Venusaur next, back up to an Ultra Ball. This is Gmax Venusaur. On par with regular Venusaur, excellent Pokemon. And then like this weird looking, that's Gigantamax Venusaur. It's not great. Put that below average. Charmander, you are the quintessential average Pokemon. Charmeleon gets a little bit better. Standard Charizard, also pretty good. And then we got all of the specialty forms. I think the best one is Gigantamax Charizard. This is... I've forgotten which one is which. I think that is Charizard. Is that X, I believe? Look, I'm going to have to on-the-fly Google here. I didn't really do anything with the Megas. I skipped a couple generations. Let's take a look. That is Charizard X. I was correct. So Charizard X is as good as standard Charizard, and then Charizard Y is probably honestly down here. Squirtle, I would put you in the Great Ball tier. I think you are a very cute, happy, excellent boy. Wartortle, right there in the middle. Blastoise goes back up with Squirtle, and then we got Mega Blastoise that's not great, and the weird Gigantamax Blastoise I also don't like very much. I think it's gonna go down in the Safari tier. You just got like too much going on, and it doesn't make any sense. Caterpie, you're pretty standard bug, like Route 1 bug, kind of the first one that started it all. Metapod sucks. Butterfree, also you're pretty standard Route 1 bug, nothing special. And then I think we're going to crack our Master Ball tier now with Gigantamax Butterfree. One of my favorite, if not my favorite, Gigantamax forms. Vibrant, Elegant, packs a punch. Looks good. Good colors. One of my favorites. Weedle, you're like subpar, but not great. Same with Kakuna. Beedrill, probably a bit above average. Mega Beedrill, a lot above average. Mega Beedrill is insanely cool. All right, we got Pidgey. Honestly, like I'll probably put the entire Pidgey line below average. There's nothing inherently wrong with them. They're just kind of boring birds, in my opinion. I don't know. Rattata, kind of bad. Raticate, kind of bad. I think in the bottom tier, we're going to put Alolan Rattata. It's really ugly. And then I'll put Alolan Raticate slightly above that. Theoro and Spearow are going to end up with the Pidgey line. Nothing special, kind of boring. I think Ekans and Arbok do make their way into like that middle tier. You know, I have no real opinion on them. Regular Pikachu, probably, honestly, probably average, especially in his new incarnation. Like thin, skinny Pikachu. You know, anime Pikachu, Ash's Pikachu is cool, but like just a Pikachu in general is kind of boring. His tail's cool. I don't know. He's kind of eh. And then Chonkachu is gonna go up in like the Ultra Ball tier, dude. Chonkachu OP. I like Raichu a lot. So I'd put Raichu like 2 full stages above Pikachu, and then in between them is the Alolan Raichu. Another Master Ball tier, we got Alolan Sandshrew, one of the greatest creations of all time. And then in the Ultra Ball tier, just below it, regular Sandshrew. Alolan Sandslash and regular Sandslash are above average, but not my favorites. I'm not in love. I prefer Sandshrew over Sandslash is really all that it is. I think Nidoran, both male and female. Nidorino and Nidorina, all 5 of them, or all 4 of them, kind of meh. I would put Nidoking in Great Ball, I think. Definitely my favorite of the 6. And then I would probably put in like right in the middle is where I'd put Nidoqueen. Clefairy and Clefable are Cherish Ball tier, no questions asked. I think Great Ball tier is a good fit for Alolan Vulpix. It's fine, but like nothing inherently special. I'm already running out of space, and we are at Vulpix. And that's, I think, where I would put original Vulpix. I think I would put Alolan Ninetales 1 step above, and then regular Ninetales in Great Ball as well. I like them all like a little bit more than average, but nothing too special. Jigglypuff would probably be Pokeball, like your run-of-the-mill standard Pokemon, and then Wigglytuff would fall a tier. Zubat would probably be below average, I would say, and Golbat would be average on the dot. Oddish, Gloom, and Vileplume are all below average. Harris and Parasect probably right in the middle, I think would be fair. Same with Venonat and Venomoth. I think Dugtrio is average. I think Diglett is above average. And I know, like, adding more does not make it better. Like, Diglett is cool and cute, and then 3 of them together just feels like 3 of them smashed together. I think I would put Alolan Diglett 1 below average, just because he's the exact same, but like the hair is weird. And then, like, honestly, like, I'm gonna put Alolan Dugtrio at the bottom. I don't care what the lore behind it is, it's still extremely ugly. Now we got regular Meowth, probably average. Persian, also average. Gigantamax Meowth I'd put below average. And then we got just this whole fuck line. Just this whole bunch of bullshit. I think we are going to do it like this. I think Alolan Meowth is Dusk Ball tier. I think Galarian Meowth is Safari Ball tier. And then Alolan Persian Cherish Ball tier. Sure, I'm down with that. Psyduck is above average. Golduck is also above average. I think Mankey and Primeape are both above average as well. Growlithe, my boy Growlithe, and Arcanine are both Ultra Ball tier. Like, originally supposed to be a legendary Pokemon, downgraded to just standard Fire Doggo, but still one of the best designs the games have ever seen. I think I would put Poliwag and Poliwrath in Pokeball tier, but I would put Poliwhirl in Great Ball. I don't know if it's the bulging eyes off the top of the head or just like the even body, but I think Poliwhirl is easily the best of the 3. This one's about to make people mad. We're at the Abra line. I would put Abra below average. I would put Kadabra below average. And I would put Alakazam below average. And then I would put Mega Alakazam in Duskball. You can already hear the comments being typed. The whole Machoke line, huh? Interesting. I think Machoke is like bad. I'm sorry, Machop is bad. I think Machoke is slightly below average. I think Machamp is... I don't know. I kind of like Machamp. I think I might move Machamp up to Pokeball. And then like Mega or Gmax Machamp is like Great Ball for sure. The best that has come out. Bellsprout, kind of bad. Weeping Bell, kind of bad. Victory Bell, kind of bad. Tentacool and Cruel, kind of bad. And just because they're like kind of bad design wise doesn't mean I like hate them. Like I don't hate Tentacool, but he's like kind of boring. You're not like getting a Tentacool game and being like, yes, let's go. I think the entire Alolan Geodude line is like bad. Like not. I might move Alolan Golem up a tier, but like not very good. I think I would put Graveler with Alolan Golem in Safari Ball tier. And then I would move regular Golem up to your middle Pokeball tier. Galarian Ponyta is like Ultra Ball tier. Fantastic. Regular Ponyta is probably Great Ball tier. And I think Rapidash is also Great Ball tier. But then like fucking Galarian Rapidash is like Dusk Ball. Like I hate... This feels ugly and kind of shitty and rude and bad. Whereas like Galarian Ponyta kicks ass. This fucking Slowpoke line is just going to be the death of me. I love regular Slowpoke. I love Slowbro. I don't really like Galarian Slowpoke or Galarian Slowbro. And then I'd say Mega Slowbro is like dead ass right in the middle. It's fine, but like, weh, who cares? No one's gonna dispute that Magnemite and Magneton are bad designs, and like you're not excited about them. They're just magnets. Farfetch'd, a little below average, maybe average. I'd say maybe average. Like the fact that it didn't evolve almost made it kind of unique. But like, I don't know, it's not great. And then literally the Galarian one, or the Galarian one is literally no different. His leak is just larger. I'd put Doduo and Dodrio below average. I don't think they're good at all, even a little. Honestly, like I'm trying to make like, are they good enough to make to Pokeball tier? I don't think so. Like they're kind of, I like the idea that they have multiple heads and that the heads are all independent of each other. But other than that, it's just a bland bird, right? Like it's just kind of boring. There's nothing wrong with it. Like it's not bad. It's just not good. I think Seal and Dugong are both average. Their cuteness. This is the difference between Doduo and Dodrio and Seal and Dugong. Seal and Dugong are cute, and you could see having as a pet. Do you really want to wake up every morning and see this fucking abomination tied outside your house, like, ready to ride? No, absolutely not. Who the fuck would want to see this? Dude, Alolan Grimer, Alolan Muck are trash, literally, but, like, also terrible. And then Muck and Grimer are slightly better. This is probably Gen 1 bias, but, like, the colors on these fucking things is just reprehensible. I think Shelder is probably a little bit above average. Yeah, that's fair, I think, yeah. And then Cloyster is even above that. Honestly, like, Cloyster's cool, right? Cloyster has, like, a very cool look. He's got kind of, like, a menacing look on his face. Ghastly. I think Ghastly and Haunter are average at best. I think Gengar is probably one above average. I think Mega Gengar is Probably Ultra Ball tier. I don't think it's quite Master Ball. It doesn't reach this echelon quite yet. And then Gmax Gengar is like bad. Like not very good. Onyx is, I would put Onyx as average. I like Onyx. I like that he's just this big ass motherfucker who has like no HP in the games. I think Hypno and Drowsy. Like Drowsy, I like Drowsy a lot. Hypno a little bit less, but like I'd still say that they're both in that middle tier. Krabby and Kingler both make their way into the Pokeball tier. Just because, I mean, they're crabs, but like, I don't know, they're kind of fun. And then like just below them is Gmax, Kingler. A very weird Pokemon to get a Gmax as well. I don't know. We don't need to talk about them. Execute is like below average. I think Exeggutor is probably even below that. Honestly, I think Exeggutor is like legitimately not a good looking Pokemon. And I kind of feel the same about Alolan Exeggutor. Making our way back to the top of the list, Cubone is a Master Ball tier fucking Pokemon. Cubone is sick. His backstory is amazing. His design is perfect. And the fact that his face is hidden under the skull, like one of the best Pokemon of all time. And then I think Marowak and Alolan Marowak are probably Ultra Ball tier. Actually, I might even move them down, honestly. Like, I think there's that big of a gap between Marowak and Cubone. Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan are like not very good. Lickitung is like not very good. Coughing, I think, is Ultra Ball tier. And Wheezing is probably Great Ball tier. I don't know. There's something about Coughing just being like this single, you know, happy little smog boy. I don't know. He seems like he'd be fun to like have around the house, even though he's emitting like poison toxins. I don't know. He just seems like he'd be like a fluffy little dude. And then like, I don't know what they were thinking when they made Galarian Wheezing, but like, not, you missed the mark. Let's just leave it at that. I think Rhyhorn is pretty boring. He's all like monocolor, kind of like a low profile, kind of boring Pokemon. I don't know. Not a fan. I would put Rhydon probably up in like Pokeball tier. Definitely more menacing, looks cooler, bigger horn. Chansey, get the fuck out of here. Tangela, I think, is okay. I'd probably put him a little below average, but I do like Tangela. But like, there isn't much to Tangela other than he's a bunch of like blue vines. I don't know. His shiny's green, and it looks fucking horrendous. So like, maybe making him blue was like a saving grace, but Kangaskhan is average at best. I think I would put Mega Kangaskhan one below. However, having the fucking baby do your dance moves next to you is like pretty cool. So I think he gets like a +1 for that. I think Horsey and Seadra are fine. Probably middle tier. It's kind of debating putting them up above, but I think Goldeen is like kind of boring, but I think Seaking is okay. I like Seaking better than Goldeen. Even though they're both kind of like frilly, boring fish, I do kind of think Seaking is like not that bad. I think Staryu, I don't know what it is about these two, right? Like no one's gonna say that Staryu and Starmie are good at all, but like I like them, and that's what matters. They just have, I don't know, it's probably just nostalgia. Like I know them from the anime, and like Misty had them. I don't know, man. Mr. Mime is an abomination. Galarian Mr. Mime is an abomination. Scyther is like Ultra Ball. Scyther's sick, dude. You get a Scyther in like the Gen 1 games and you're feeling fucking stoked. Electabuzz. Electabuzz is Great Ball. I like Electabuzz a lot. I almost think he gets a little bit worse when he becomes Electivire, and I think I'd put Magmar right there with him. I think that's a good spot for them. Pinsir fucking slaps. Yeah, I think Pinsir makes his way up to Scyther. Like two, you know, non-evolving Gen 1 bug boys. That's a good, they're both fantastic. And I think Mega Pinsir is like right there with him, dude. Apologies for the consistent drinking as well. My mouth is getting dry doing this. We're 20 minutes in. Tauros, pretty basic, nothing special. Magikarp, I think, is legitimately not very good. And then, like, to much people's dismay, I still think to much people's dismay, I would put Gyarados right at the Pokeball tier. Kind of a borderline even between Pokeball and Safari Ball. I think he's just kind of boring. He's just like a sea serpent. I don't know. I don't get it. And I would put the Mega version right there with him. I think Lapras is like OP. A couple years ago, Lapras would have been Master Ball, but recently he's kind of fallen out of like my top echelon, I think, a little bit. And then I don't really know what happened with Gmax Lapras. He's like a musical cruise ship. I don't know, dude. Ditto's literally awful. Eevee's pretty bad as well. I think Eevee can go 1-up just for its uniqueness. Gmax Eevee can fucking stay down at the bottom though, because it sucks. Now the evolutions. I don't know, man. I think I would I'm going to start with Jolteon. I think Jolteon is base. I think it is as simple as it gets. It works. You can tell what it does. It evolves and it becomes electric dog. And that's it. You know, and that's all it's supposed to be, is an electric dog. So I think that works. Flareon is a little bit better. Flareon is like cool fire doggo, but like it's, I don't know. I don't know if it's just the coloration or maybe the fact that it's just kind of like a better type in my opinion. I don't know. I do think Flareon's a little bit better. And then the best of the three, Vaporeon. I think Vaporeon's gonna make his way to Ultra Ball tier. I was always a Vaporeon stan. There's something about like, you know, it becomes less dog-like, you know, and more amphibious. And I think that alone like makes it a lot more unique than its two brethren. I think Porygon is fine. I have no problems with Porygon. I also think Ammonite and Amistar are both fine. I think Kabuto and Kabutops are fine. I think Aerodactyl is fine. I think Mega Aerodactyl is less fine. It's just kind of awkward. Like, it's got all these just fucking jagged spikes. And they seem like they don't add anything. They only make it busier and look worse. Like, it looks dumber. Snorlax, I think, is above average. Like, Snorlax is like an OG nostalgia Pokemon, and I don't disagree with that. However, like, it's just this fucking sleepy, hungry boy, dude. Like, you don't get better than that. Gmax Snorlax is probably a below average, honestly. Down here. I was like thinking about, I like Gmax Snorlax, but then when I think about him, like, what is he? He's got a tree on his stomach. Not really that cool. I don't know. I don't get it. Okay, making our way into some of the Gen 1 legends. Zapdos and Zapdos and Moltres, both below average. Zapdos kind of just, it doesn't really look like wings so much as it does just like, it kind of looks like it's got the same Dodrio, but like with some zaps on it. I don't know. It's just kind of boring. And then Moltres is like your weird, it's like a chicken. It's like a flame chicken, and that's boring. Articuno is Ultra Ball though. Articuno is one of the coolest flying Pokemon, like one of like the coolest winged Pokemon in the game. When we move over to their Galarian counterparts, I think that Moltres gets maybe one tier better, like to average. The color scheme is better. It's still got a very weird body shape, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't love it, but I do agree it's better. I think that Zapdos becomes Ultra Ball tier. It's the Roadrunner idea is so smart to be like fast as lightning. It can't fly. The design is leagues better than previous. I like it. And then I think Articuno is a sure downgrade into like the Pokeball tier. It's kind of, I don't know, it might be a little bit better than this. Maybe the Great Ball tier. I think it's a little bit better than average, but like I think really the head crest steals it. Like it's not great. The color scheme is a little bit worse. It's this weird purple. I don't know. Dratini, above average for sure. Dratini is pretty okay. I think Dragonair and Dragonite are both just kind of fine. I have no problems with them except for Dragonite's tiny little wings. But it doesn't feel like special, you know? It doesn't have that pseudo legendary feel that some of the other Pokemon do. Let's start with Mewtwo. I think Mewtwo is average. I think Mew is average. I think both of the Mega Mewtwo's are bad. I would put X and Y down in Duskball tier. I don't think either of them are any good, and they're just like too busy. So, anyways, that's Gen 1. That took 25 whole minutes. So, I'm going to take a quick break. And you won't even notice. I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be back in just a second. All right, we are back, continuing to rank all of the Pokemon. I think I'm going to split this up potentially into 2 parts now that we're partway into it. It's just like, it's going to be so long to get through all of these. I do think it might be better to just split it. What I might do is I'll do gens 1, 2, and 3 in this video. Oh, there's 8, isn't there? Shit. I might do gens 1 through 4 in this video. And then 2 weeks from now, part 2 will come out with gens 5 through 8. And we'll see. I might reset the chart and then just go down and start grabbing them or something. I haven't really decided if all of the guys, if every Pokemon stays, we can just leave it, honestly. I'll take a look and we'll go from there. But let's get going with Gen 2. And I'm going to try and move a little bit quicker. I think Chikorita is like kind of bad. I probably use Safari Ball tier, but Bayleaf is definitely the best of the line. I think Bayleaf, honestly, I think Bayleaf goes into the Ultra Ball tier. Bayleaf is probably the best middle Evo. Him and Thwackey are the only 2 that I like legitimately really like. And then Meganium is probably, I might even put Meganium a little bit above average. Who do we have here? Like, yeah, like with Charizard, I think that's fair. It's not Venusaur levels, but I think that Meganium and Charizard being on the same level is about right. I think Cyndaquil makes his way up to Master Ball tier, one of the best starters ever. Quilava and Typhlosion are above average, but probably just Great Ball tier. I think Totodile and Feraligatr are below average. I think Croconaw is average. I know not a lot of people aren't going to like that one. I don't really like Totodile, though, to be honest with you. Sentret is, like, below average. Furret is right at average. I like Furret. Also, he's, like, 6 fucking feet tall, so that's kind of crazy. I think Hoot Hoot is also very below average. But Noctowl, maybe even just because of the anime, but I like Noctowl a lot, even though he's not shiny. I'd put him in the Great Ball tier. I think Ladybug is average. I think Ladian is average. Yeah, average is fine. Yeah. Won't be too picky about poor Ladian. Spinarak and Ariados are both going to make their way into the average tier for sure. Crobat is above average. Probably 2. I would say Ultra Ball is fair. I think it's the same. I would say that Crobat is cool as Cloyster, as Sandshrew, even as Galarian Zapdos. I like Crobat, definitely the best of its line by quite a bit. Chinchou and Lantern are gonna make their way into average. The next 5 Pokemon should be really easy. I think Pichu is Dusk Ball tier. I think Cleffa and Igglybuff are just shouldn't exist. And I think Togetic is probably equal to like a Pichu. I do think Togepi is better than both of those lines or like both of those groupings. But still, like, it's fucking boring, dude. I think Natu and Xatu are both average. They're cool psychic birds, and I like their inspiration having like some Native American ties. I think that's very cool. Mareep is average. I think Mareep is average. I think Flaffy is below average. And I think Ampharos is above average. And then I think Mega Ampharos, that's a fucking dragon, is probably also above average. I think that sounds right. Yeah. Yeah. Blossom, probably gonna be in your average tier. Pika Blue and Azumarill. I have a weird. Okay, I'm gonna put Meryl in Great Ball, and I'm gonna put Azumarill in Pokeball. The only reason I put Meryl above is when I was a kid, I had a lunchbox and thermos set with a Meryl on it, and I loved it to death. And that is all I have on Meryl. But I love Meryl nonetheless. Just for that, every day for like 8 years, I'd bring that to elementary school through preschool through 6th grade, and I loved it. Sudowoodo is not very good. I think Politoed is fine. I think Hoppip is. I guess I'll put the whole line in Dusk Ball, but they could easily cross down into Cherish Ball. Like, they're not very good. They're bad. Apom kind of goes there as well. I think Sunkern is a little bit better, and then Sunflora comes back down. Yanma slaps. Yanma is one of the coolest bug Pokemon. Just a very simple, cool design. Good color usage, I think, to make the eyes stand out against the red body. I think the Whoop and Quagsire are both below average, but fine. I don't think a lot of people are going to like these, but I'm going to put Espeon and Umbreon right in the middle tier. I like them less than I like the other evolutions. Barring one that you'll see later and you won't like. Other than that, though, I think they're fine. Yeah. I think Murkrow is fine. I think Slowking slaps like a lot. I think Galarian Slowking is like maybe one tier above the bottom. Like, it's really horrible. And it's weird typing. I also would kind of put Mischievous there. Unknown and Wobbuffet are both bottom tier trash gimmick Pokemon. Awful. I think Girafarig is fine. I think Pineco is fine. I think Fortress is fine. And I think Dunsparce is fine. And a lot of people don't like Dunsparce, but like, I think he's kind of cool. He's like boring for sure, and his eyes are always closed, but he's fine. I think Gligar is like Ultra Ball tier, one of the cooler Pokemon, and a Gliscor as well is like excellent. I would put Steelix probably below average, and then Mega Steelix in average with Onix. Yeah, with Onix. Yeah, okay. Snubbull and Gramble are kind of boring, maybe a little bit below what you'd hope for. Don't at me. Quillfish is Great Ball. I think Quillfish is never gotten anything about it, right? It's gotten no evolution, no Mega, no Galarian or any special form or anything. There is nothing cool about Quillfish, and that's why I like him. And I got a shiny one from my shiny dens in Sword and Shield, and I was super pogged about that. Scizor, obviously above average. Mega Scizor is far above average. I think Shuckle is also above average. Shuckle's really cool. It has a cool gimmick to him, where he's just a big tanky boy. I think Heracross is above average. I think Mega Heracross is like bad. Sneasel. I think Sneasel is average. Yeah, Sneasel's fine. Nothing wrong with Sneasel. Okay, I've accidentally misclicked and placed it down. Teddy, there he is. Teddy Ursa is fucking adorable. And then Ursaring is just a big bear, so he's kind of just average. I actually like Slugma and Macargo, even though their typing is, probably the worst in the game. Just because there's such a bevy of water Pokemon available, and it absolutely dies to water Pokemon. Swinub, Pillow both are fine. Nothing special. I think Corsola is also fine. This is Galarian Corsola, and it is bad. This is Remoraid, and it is bad. Octillery is bad. Delibird is really bad. I think Mantine is below average, but I like Mantine somewhat at least. Skarmory is probably almost like, just take what I said about Mantine, apply it to Skarmory. Houndour is kind of boring. Houndoom is kind of boring. Mega Houndoom is pretty boring. I'm sorry. I think Kingdra is fine. Yeah, I think Kingdra's fine. I would say he's on par with Horsey and Seadra, and I feel like I put them in fine. Phanpy is above average just because of how cute it is, and I think Donphan kind of is too. This is Porygon 2. I think I'm gonna put it below average. Only because he's like kind of weird and round, and it's like you had one, you know, electronically made gimmick Pokemon, and then you made it evolve. I don't know. The whole point is it shouldn't evolve because it's not a Pokemon. But whatever. I think Stantler's fine. No one's gonna like Stantler. I think Smeargle is fine. Although they didn't do enough with him. He's kind of like a one-trick. He's like a Ditto, but at least he's got a design, unlike Ditto. Haha, funny jokes, Hitmonbottom. I think is fine. It's probably my favorite. It's probably my favorite of any of the Hitmons. And then Hitmontop, I think I would put one tier below. Is that where I put his friends? No, his friends are one below. But I do like, I don't know. I think I might move. Well, I don't know. I think I might put them all down here, actually. They're pretty boring, weird humanoids. I think I'm going to move all of them down. I think that's fair. Smoochum's trash. Elekid, I think Elekid is one below average. I think Magby is average. I think Magby is cooler than Elekid, and both of them are leagues better than fucking Smoochum. Miltank is kind of boring, and also shits on you. Blissey is better than Chansey. Yes, but still bad. Also, like, fuck all these weird pink things. Raikou, Entei, Suicune are all probably one tier above average, if I had my choice. Yeah, I think so. That sounds right. Oops, you go there. What we got next? Larvitar. I don't have any problems with Larvitar. I think Larvitar is average. I think Pupitar is probably average, even though he's kind of the weird. Like, you have like a pupa stage for a pseudo. I don't know. It feels weird. I'd probably put Tyranitar there too. Mega Tyranitar, I think, is a little bit better. Just design wise, I think he's a little bit more. He looks a little more regal. He is a little bit busy. I do like that he's got like a Pupitar on his chest. I think that's kind of cool. I guess he does in the original too, right? Where's he at? Yeah, he kind of does in the original too, but sue me. Lugia OP. That's an Ultra Ball tier. And then Ho-Oh is like below average. I don't like Ho-Oh very much. And Celebi's worse than that. Because it's like a weird like onion fairy thing wearing like a leotard. And I don't get it. All right. Well, that has been Gen 2. Another 20 minutes or so in. Again, we're going to take another quick pause. And then when I come back, we'll do Gen 3. So I'll see you in just a second. All right. The pee break has taken place. Let's get on with Gen 3. Trico, not a fan. I'm sorry, I know everyone's gonna hate it. I think Grovyle is fine, and I think Sceptile is the best of the three. And then I think Mega Sceptile is a step down. I'd put him kind of equal with Grovyle. He's like a little bit busy, and his tail's a fucking Christmas tree. I don't understand it. I think I'd put Torchic with Trico. I would put Combuskin probably with Torchic. I kind of think I'm just gonna put them all here. I don't know. Mega Blaziken is probably a step up for sure. You could also tell real quick which one which line I selected on my first Ruby Sapphire playthrough. I think Mudkip is average. I think Marstomp is average, and I think Swampert is like, oh, Master Ball tier. Swampert is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. I also do think that Mega Swampert is the best of the 3 Megas from that gen. No, you know what? I'd put him up there, I think. Kind of equal with Lugia. That sounds right. Poochyena and Mightyena are fine, but like below, definitely like still kind of boring. Zigzagoon is the better Zigzagoon for sure. Don't at me. Linoon also bad, or Galarian Linoon also bad. And like regular Linoon, might be average. Wurmple is like below average, just kind of boring. Cascoon and Silcoon, I don't even know which one's which. They're both bad. I think Beautyfly is fine, and I think Dustox is fine. That sounds perfect. Lotad and Lombre are below average, kind of boring. Don't really get it. Ludicolo, though, like... Ludicolo! Perfect. Perfect Pokemon. I think Seedot's kind of boring. I think Nuzleaf is sick. I'd put him up with Ludicolo. And then as his counterpart, I put Shiftry up there as well. I like Shiftry a lot. He's based off of like a... I don't want to say the word now because I can't remember if it's exactly right. I want to say it's like a Tensu, maybe? Something along the lines. Tenchu? Genshin? Impact? I don't remember. He's, based off of a ninja, basically. And he's cool. I think they're like little, like, Japanese... I want to say, like, Japanese ninja gnomes? Like, something... But let's stop before I regret what I've said. I think Talo and Swellow are kind of below average. Or maybe right at average. You know what, a little bit below average. Because they're kind of boring. I do think Wingull and Pelipper are worse. And then I think Ralts and Kirlia are bad. I think Gardevoir and Mega Gardevoir are better, but still not very good. I think Surskit is below average too, but I think Masquerain is above average. I think Masquerain does not get as much love as it deserves. I think it's a cool, simple design. Not very strong Pokemon, but cool nonetheless. And looking at just the sheer number of Pokemon left in this video, and my brain is spinning. Dude, I fuck with Shroomish and Breloom. I'd put Shroomish a tier below. But the first Pokemon I ever got shiny in a game was a shiny full odds Shroomish at the beginning of my second playthrough of Sapphire. And I was ecstatic. I think Slackoff and Vigoroth are kind of bad. And Slacking, I think, are all kind of bad. And I think Nincada and Ninjask are kind of bad. And I think just because of the Wonder Guard shit, Shedinja's a little bit better, but still kind of meh. The whole Whismur line is not very good. The Makuhita and Hariyama line, though, are both great. Even though I don't really know what they are. Hariyama was like a hard carry in that second playthrough of Sapphire I just mentioned. Azuriel's pretty boring. Nosepass is fine. I like Nosepass. Yeah, this is okay. Yeah, we're looking good here. Skitty kind of boring. Delcatty kind of boring. Sableye is above average, I think. I like Sableye a lot. And then like Mega Sableye is probably right at average, I think is fair. Mawile, probably average, and Mega Mawile average, but like cool Pokemon. They just don't do enough. Like I think Mawile would be cooler if Mawile evolved. But the fact that it doesn't evolve kind of hurts it. we got Aeron, Lairon, Aggron. I think we go Aeron, Lairon, and Aggron. And then Mega Aggron is probably equal with regular Aggron, just like a big fucking abomination of steel. I think Meditite, Medicham, and Mega Medicham are not very good. I think Electrike is not very good. I think Manectric is very good. Dakota's favorite Pokemon. I'm sure you know. And then Mega Manectric is also probably up there. I actually think Mega Manectric is slightly worse than regular Manectric, but they both stay in that Ultra Ball tier. Dude, we don't got to talk about Plusle, Minun, or Volby, or Illumise. All fucking bad. Roselia, Gulpin, and Swallow are all like a slight step above that. You know what? I would probably move Roselia up a tier. I think Roselia's not average, but not quite as bad as like Swallow and Medicham. Carvana is average. I think Sharpedo is a step above average. But I think when you get to Mega Sharpedo, he drops back down and just average. Again, he's just a little too busy. There's too much going on. I don't like it. I think Wailmer and Wailord are both average Pokemon. But I think Wailord almost is cool enough to move up because he's so fucking big. And that gets points in my book. Nubble, kind of meh. Camerupt, though, like a good Pokemon. And then Mega Camerupt, one of the best Mega Evolutions. Sorry, wrong tier. I think Mega Camerupt is very cool. I also think Torkoal is above average. I like Torkoal. Spoink, kind of boring. Grumpig, probably average, but still, like, kind of Doesn't really do much. I think Spinda's pretty boring. I think Trapinch is pretty boring, and Vibrava. I think Flagon is like S tier. Like Flagon, one of the cooler Pokemon in the game. I think Round Boys are great, so Cacnea gets an average, while Cacturn is kind of just this Safari Ball tier. I think Swablu is... I think Swablu is average. I think Altaria is above average. It's getting hard to, like, swap back and forth between all of the layers of Pokemon now. And then I think Mega Altaria is up here in Ultra Ball tier. I think Zangoose and Seviper are kind of boring. Same with Lunatone and Solrock. Same with Barbosh and Witchcash. This is my favorite Pokemon of all time. And if you think I'm memeing, I am not. Corphish is my favorite Pokemon. I don't really know why. And there's some been like this whole tier right here is some of my favorite Pokemon that have ever existed. But Corphish, since I played a Gen 3 game, has been my go-to boy. And then I think I'd put Crawdon, honestly, like down in Great Ball tier. I'm not in love with Crawdon. Baltoy, Claydol, and I think I'd put them pretty low. I was gonna say I think I would put Laleep and Credilli below average, but I think they're average. I do like Laleep and Credilli. They don't have soul, you know? Anorith is going to be Great Ball tier, my favorite of the Fossil Pokemon, and Armaldo, probably everybody's least favorite, is high Ultra Ball tier. Maybe, I think I'm gonna put Armaldo actually in Master Ball tier. Like, there's a couple Pokemon maybe here that are borderline. Like, Coughing's pretty close. Bulbasaur's pretty close. Bayleaf, Zapdos here are all pretty close to moving up. I think Armaldo is above all of them. So I would put Armaldo in Master Ball tier. I think Feebas is fucking ugly. And even though that's its literal point. And I think Milotic is a Pokeball tier. I think all of the cast forms are bad. Like, legitimately not good. I think Kecleon is a little bit above that. Shuppet and Banette are fine. Mega Banette is also fine. The only thing I know is about them, I've never really used them. I caught a Shuppet once, and it got one hit and died, and I thought it sucked, and I never used it again. I also think in the average tier, Duskull and Dusclops will fit there. Dude, I think Tropius is great. He's waned a little bit in the recent years, but I still would put him above average for sure. Chimeco sucks, get him out. Regular Absol, probably in the fine tier. And then Mega Absol, probably also average, I would say. Why Not is not good. I think Snowrun is pretty boring. I would put him in the Safari Ball tier. However, I think regular Glalie is average, and I think Mega Glalie is above average in the Great Ball tier. I think he's cool. I don't know. I like his big fucking mouth. Seal is a round boy, therefore he is above average, or at least average. It's hard to be below that and be like round. Don't at me. I think Celio is average. I think Walrein is average. I think the whole Clamperl line is just fine. I have no strong opinions on any of them. Yes, I know Huntail is ugly. He is supposed to be ugly. I get it. I think he's fine. Yes, I know Gorbis is pretty. I know Gorbis is supposed to be pretty. Relicanth. I honestly think Relicanth is kind of bottom tier. I also think Love Disc is bottom tier. I think they're both bad designs. Bad Pokemon. I think Bagon is also not very good. I think Shelgon is like above average. And then, because I'm a loser, Salamence is Master Ball tier. Salamence, the hard carry of my first Gen 3 playthrough, like beasily. I think Mega Salamence is probably one step down from that, but still pretty okay. Beldum. I don't like Beldum or Matang. Metagross, I think, is maybe one above average. Mega Metagross is probably Ultra Ball tier. I would put it, yeah. I would say it's equal to a couple of the other Megas that we have in here. For sure. What we got left? The Reggies. I think Regirock and Registeel are fine. I have no real opinions on them. They kind of just exist. I do think Regice is a slight bit better. Let's go with Latias first. I think Latias is fine. And I think Latios is fine. Yeah, I would probably put them equal. If they were shiny, it's a different talk, but... And then we got their Megas. To be honest, I don't know which one of them is which. I think I'd put them on the same tier, though, honestly. I think all four of them are just there. Next up, we have Kyogre and Primal Kyogre, which I'm going to put them both in Master Ball tier. Kyogre is probably my favorite legendary ever. In fact, I think he definitely is. There's no one that could even rival him. And then I really, really like the design of Primal Kyogre. Like the extra little bits of yellow, I think plays off the blue really well. I think the blue and red and the blue and yellow work so well. I love the tail. Just a fucking amazing Pokemon. I am less for Groudon. I do think Groudon is like good. Just not as good. And then I think fucking Primal Groudon is just sick. Again, the yellow like bits in there, the yellow extra pieces work so fucking well with this Pokemon. What do we got? Rayquaza. I think Rayquaza's fine. Let me know how you say Rayquaza or Rayquaza down in the comments. I typically say Rayquaza. But I know it's kind of a contested name. I also think Mega Rayquaza is fine. Jirachi, I don't really care for. I think I would put Jirachi in the Safari Ball tier. And last but not least, we got the Deoxys forms. So let's start from the bottom. I think Speed form. I actually think attack form is the worst now that I've looked at them for a minute. I think I'd put attack form below average. I think I would put regular and speed form at the average tier because they're fine. They're not egregious. You know, they're minimal. I think regular one kind of has cool arms. I think they both have cool arms, I guess. But kind of I don't really get the point of Deoxys. And then I think the fucking meme Roundhead defense form is the coolest looking one. Just because he's Roundhead. And that is Gen 3, another 20 minutes of this video put away. We're almost at an hour here. I'm going to pause recording yet again because I am very thirsty. So I will be back in just a second to finish up Gen 4 and part 1 of the tier list ranking video. All right, welcome back. We're about to finish off the first half of this tier list today. And by today, this is 40 minutes after the first 3 were recorded, which had like a brief bit in between. But I did go and get a little snack here. Took a few minutes away from the computer because my eyes are starting to bleed. So we got Turtwig here. Turtwig is insanely good. I think Grottle is kind of middle, and then I think Torterra is kind of up there with Turtwig as one of the best starting lines. Don't hate me, but like I hate Chimchar, I hate Monferno, and then I think Infernape's fine. But I think the whole line itself is like not very good. Tell me if you've seen this one before. A Gen 4 starter starting out with its first evolution in Ultra Ball tier, its second evolution down here in Pokeball tier, and then its final evolution up again in Ultra Ball tier. Completely mirrors the Turtwig line, 2 of the better lines in the game, for sure, for starters. One of my favorite starting bird lines is the Starly line. I think Staravia is a little bit worse, but Staraptor and Starly are great birds. Really good, like Route 1 birds. I like Bidoof. I'll probably put him like right in the middle. But like I think Bidoof is like a good bit of meme chunkery. And then I think like Bibberol's like kind of bad. I also think Kricketot and Cricketune are like pretty bad. I think Shinx is probably a tier above average. I think Luxio is like a tier below average, and then I think Luxray is like Ultra Ball tier. Very cool, right? Very, very neat, sleek looking Pokemon. Definitely exudes power. One of the more fun like early dog lines for sure. I think Budu is like not very good. I would put Roserade right smack dab in the middle. You know, because you see Bidoof, you see Roserade, you see Rayquaza, and you go like, yeah, those 3 all go together. We got our fossils of the generation, so Cranidos. Where are we? I'm lost. Cranidos, Rampardos, Shieldon, and Bastion. Bastiodon? There we go. Took the brain a minute to fully work out the words. It's been a lot of talking today. There's been a lot. Like, this is the only video I'm recording today. Because I set aside an hour to do it, and it's gonna take more than an hour to do the first half, but a lot of mouth and brain problems today. I'll put all the Burmies and all the Wormadams, put them together, just for austerity's sake. I'll put them all down in the bottom tier. I think they're like pretty fucking bad. But I do think Motham's like pretty fine. I have no problems with Motham. Combee, probably below average, and then like Vespiquen is average for sure. I just don't really care for Combee at all. I think he's kind of ugly. But I think when he evolves, I think when she evolves, it gets a little bit better. Pachirisu sucks. I think Buizel and Floatzel are both okay. I don't really have a Buizel or a Floatzel story, so they're kind of just neutral. I think Cherubi is pretty cute, but like also like kind of strange. Like the weird little asleep Boyd version is cute, but like scary. And then like he's got no hands. He's kind of just a fucking cherry. I don't know. I don't get it. I'm so far down. I'm sorry. Cherim in its overcast form is like pretty bad. I don't know if there is a sunny day form. There is definitely the best version of the three. I would probably put it at average though. I don't really care. I think the Shellos, I would put Shellos and Gastrodon. I wish I could just highlight and take them all up with me. I think all four of them are better than the average Pokemon. Like Gastrodon's cool. I think I prefer the blue green form. I don't remember which one is which side's west and which side's east. But I do think that the blue form is a little bit cooler. But the pink and the brown kind of works. Ambipom is a fucking nightmare. Drifloon, a little below average. Kind of just leaves something to be desired. Just a balloon with eyes. Which, I mean, I guess, like, that's kind of what Drifloon is as well. Just a fucking balloon with eyes. But a little bit cooler, at least. I don't know. Baneri is, like, slightly below average, but fine. I would probably put Lopunny there, too. Just kind of meh. Kind of weird looking. Mega Lopunny for sure is my favorite, but I still would put Mega Lopunny like dead in the middle. Oh my god, all the Rotom forms help. Let's see. So Miss Magius is probably right with Miss Magius. Yeah, just kind of boring. Honchkrow is super dope. I think I would put him above average. I like Honchkrow. I've never used a Honchkrow, but just I think his design is really good. Where are we? I think Glameow is a below average. I think Purugly is a lot below average. That is an ugly Pokemon. And I understand the point, and I know how the name works, and I get that the tail wraps around its waist, makes it look skinnier. It still sucks. Chingling also sucks. I do think Skunky and Skuntank are fine. I think Bronzor and Bronzong are below average, but like fine. They're not too bad. I think Bonsly, I think Happiny, I think Mime Jr. and Chatot are all not very good. Again, more fucking baby Pokemon. No one wants this shit. Game Freak, Pokemon Company, Nintendo, stop fucking making them. No one wants this shit. I think Spiritomb is also actually down there. I don't think Spiritomb is very good either. And the way you have to get it kind of sucks. I think Gibble and Gabite are average at best. But fine still nonetheless. I think Garchomp is like ace. Like a super dope, sick Pokemon. I think Mega Garchomp is worse than the Gibble. I think it's worse than Gibble and Gabite, honestly. So I would go ahead and put it down in the Safari Ball tier. Munchlax is the best baby Pokemon. I'm probably forgetting a couple, but like Munchlax is pretty good. Riolu is like not great. I think Lucario is... I think I would, on most days, I would put Lucario in the Pokeball average tier. However, in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Lucario was my main and won me a lot of college tournaments. So I would put Lucario a step above just for his Smash Bros. Appearance. And then like Mega Lucario is just like literally fine. Hippowtoss, kind of boring. Hippowdon also kind of boring. I think Skorupi and Drapion are fine. I'd put them smack dab in the center of the list, I think. Who we got next? Krogunk and Toxicroak. Smack dab in the middle of the list, honestly. It's kind of another, like, they're fine. I actually just used a shiny Toxicroak in my Sword and Shield DLC playthrough. I think Carnivine is... Honestly, I think Carnivine is, like, pretty bad. Like, of, like, the... I know it's not a cactus, right? Like, it's a man-eating... It's a Venus flytrap, and I get it. but it kind of has the same look as the Cacturn line and Maractus. And I think comparing it to those which are of a similar vein, you know, tall green plant Pokemon, definitely the worst. I would probably put it on par with Budew. I think it is worse than Roselia and Roserade. More, you know, green plant Pokemon. Often one of the most forgotten lines in Pokemon, Finneon and Lumineon. I personally like them, especially Finneon. I think they're fine. I might even be coaxed some days to move them up a tier, but for now I'll leave them right in the middle. That's also where I think Mantike is gonna go. When it comes to Snover and Obama Snow, I don't really like. Did I say Obama Snow? I mean, Obama Snow. I don't really like either of them. I also don't like Mega Obama Snow, and also their typing is just like literally fucking terrible. Weavile I think is cooler than Sneasel for sure, so I would put him in the Great Ball tier. And here we go with Gen 4 additional evolutions. There's like two kinds of these really, right? Like Magnezone, bad. Liggy, bad. Rhyperior, right in the middle. I think Rhyperior is one of the few. Tangrowth, bad. I also think Electivire is right in the middle. Worse than Electabuzz, but okay. I think Magmortar, close to that top tier. I have one in Pokemon Go. It single-handedly won me a 3-star battle, a 3-star raid when I had no idea what I was doing in raids. And I was down to my last Pokemon, and he clutched it and was my most powerful Pokemon until I got a shiny Slacking, and I have a big bond for him. Togekiss, pretty bad. Yanmega up here with Magmortar. I think Yanmega is insanely cool. I don't really know if I'd consider these in the same vein as the rest of them, so I'm going to skip over the evolutions here for just a minute. Porygon Z, bad. Same fucking story as Porygon 2. Don't fucking evolve. Mega Gallade, I think a Mega Gallade is probably one above. And then I think a regular Gallade is like your Ultra Ball tier. I think Gallade is very cool. Where are we? Probopask, Dusknoir are both pretty bad. I also think Frostlass is not very good. And we move back. Mamoswine, gonna go all the way up to Ultra Ball tier. Mamoswine is like far and away the best usage, I think, of like the additional Gen 4 Evos, right? Like you took up a boring, not very popular line in Swinub and Pillow-Swine and made a very fucking cool evolution to it, right? Something that was like transcendent. It made the line interesting. It made it usable online. I think Mamoswine is cookie cutter perfect. I also would put Gliscor up here as well. So you can see like you've definitely got like the really good Gen 4 evolutions and then like your really bad Gen 4 evolutions and then a couple in the middle. I think Leafeon is probably average at best. And then I think Glaceon is like worse. In fact, I might put I think I'll put Glaceon up a tier. But I don't like Glaceon. I don't like its fucking hair. I think the hair part looks kind of weird. I don't know. I don't like Glaceon. Here we've got all of the Rotoms. Gonna be honest with you, I don't like a Rotom. I think I would put, if I had to think, I think Rotom Fridge is bad. I think Rotom Oven or whatever the fuck this is bad. I think the rest of them are bad but better. Like I think I would put them one notch below average. Yeah, let's go there. Yeah, I think that's fair. That's kind of how I feel. I don't really care about any of them. When it comes to the Lake Trio, I think Mesprit is the worst. I would put you in Safari Ball tier. I think Azelf is like literally fine, so I would put him in average. And then I think Uxie is definitely the best of the three. I used to like Uxie a lot more than I do now, but I still think it's above average. And I don't know, something about it just kind of being sleepy. I don't know. Dialga is going all the way up to Ultra Ball tier. I love Dialga. Another one of my favorite legendaries. Very cool. Fairly minimalistic. I think that Palkia kind of looks like a penis. Sorry, can I say that? Looks like a phallic member. Very strange design. But I think the coloration is good, and I think the overall design is not too bad. His neck's like a little too long, but like I didn't design him. But I still say Great Ball for Palkia. Heatran, I think, is like literally just fine. Reggie Gigas, I think, is probably below average. It's kind of just boring, right? Like, I wish that they had done something more than just be like, it's normal type, it's leader of the Reggies. I don't know. I think regular Giratina is fine. And then I think, was this origin form Giratina is like kind of bad. I don't like it. Cresselia, I would put right smack dab in the middle. I think this is like your definitely looks legendary and has kind of an aura around it, but I don't care. I think that is a perfect way to describe it. We got Fion and Manaphy. I truly just don't fucking care. I think Darkrai is like fine. He's kind of spoopy looking, but what are you gonna do? This is original Shaman, Landform Shaman. I put in fucking Ultra Ball tier. One of the cooler legendaries or mythicals in the game. I think it's like super cute. I like that it's tiny. I think it's cool. I think Skyform Shaman is like, I don't know if I can quite justify putting it down in Cherish Ball tier, but like I fucking think this is an ugly ass Pokemon. Like it is on the border of Cherish Ball and Dusk Ball. It is fucking ugly. And then last but not least, Arceus, I would probably put in Great Ball. I think he looks fine. I love the idea of like a god Pokemon. I think that is a cool idea. I just don't know if the design itself is one I am ecstatic about, but I think that's a good spot. So anyways, let's go ahead and just take a look here. Got your Master Ball tier consisting of Corphish, Gmax Butterfree, Alolan Sandshrew, Cubone, Cyndaquil, Swampert, Armaldo, Salamence, Kyogre, and Primal Kyogre. And honestly, I'll move Corphish where he belongs, so that they're in order. And then you got your Ultra Ball tier here. I'm not going to read them all out. Your Great Ball, your very large Pokeball tier, Safari Ball, Dusk Ball, and Cherish Ball. So a pretty good standard deviation, it looks like. Pretty smooth curve up and down, nice bell curve. Yeah, that is going to do it for part 1 of ranking every fucking Pokemon. I'll go ahead and save this. And I guess when we come back, we'll just do the other 4 generations. Scrolling a mile up to put them in. Yay. Anyways, that's gonna do it. Apologies that this video is an hour and 13 minutes. I did not expect it to go like this. So yeah, next time we come back, got 4 more generations to rank. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.